One of the many areas inside the Anoka County Sheriff's Office is the Midwest Regional Forensic Laboratory. It's a joint effort of 3 counties with a goal of solving crimes.
Anoka, Sherburne, and Wright County sheriffs got together and decided that it would be smart to collaborate to create a regional forensics lab back in 2008. They came to that conclusion that it would be more efficient to do something like that. So the 3 counties collaborated, all contributed financially, and consequently got this lab built, up and running.
It's a pretty cool place. I'm pretty proud of the staff here, the laboratory.
Before this lab was here, these counties relied on the lab at the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. At the time, evidence was coming back more slowly than law enforcement wanted.
So once this lab got up and running, turnaround times were reduced. We provided better service to our crime victims, literally, which is what this is all about.
Today, this crime lab employs 17 staff who work on thousands of cases a year.
We have a biology section, we have drug chemistry, and we have latent prints where we're at today. But those are 3 of the bigger areas of need for testing, and we get plenty of work here. We take in roughly 2,000 to 2,500 cases a year, and then each case that comes in can turn into multiple requests for service. So if a case comes in and they ask for DNA, latent prints, that's 2 requests for service for 1 case. So we average roughly around 3,500 requests for service per year.
The forensic scientists in the lab work on evidence from a variety of crimes.
Typically, our biology stuff is related to burglaries, auto thefts, and then obviously all the way up to homicides, criminal sexual conduct, anything like that.
Once they take in the evidence, it's sorted and kept secure.
We have 3 property room technicians. Their sole purpose is to take in evidence and return evidence from agencies submitting evidence to us. They're responsible for making sure that all evidence is tape sealed and follows our protocol for evidence acceptance. Once it's taken in, every piece of evidence is barcoded. We have a computer management system that logs and tracks every single piece of evidence that comes in and out. And every time one of our scientists takes one of those pieces of evidence, they have to scan it to themselves so we can run a report at any given time to see where evidence is in any case. Every individual section within the laboratory has their own evidence vault. So the evidence is brought from evidence intake to the vault. While it's in the vault, that's where it stays and waits until they're ready to start working on it. And then they remove it from the vault through the barcode system, work the evidence, return it to the vault. Our evidence intake staff come retrieve it and then return it back to the agency.
And after that, some of these results will make their way into a courtroom.
We won't actually test anything that is not a criminally related matter. So the intent is that everything will be adjudicated in some form or another. That does not mean that every case goes to court. In fact, the majority of cases never go to court. Either they're pled or a deal is made or, charges are dropped. But we typically on a normal year, we only have people testify 20 to 25 times a year out of all those cases that are tested.
That means in all likelihood, any given test has about a 1 in 1,000 chance of being presented in court. But that doesn't make any single test less important.
Sometimes, it gets to a point where you wonder if what you're doing is actually making a difference. But all you have to do is go to court one time and see what's going on at court and watching them testify, watching the scientists testify, and you see that the work that we're doing every day makes a huge difference to the community, to the city, to the 3 counties that are a partnership. We're making a huge difference.
The staff here at the lab is confident in their skills.
We're very good at it. We're very good at it.
But they aren't the only ones who see that.
It's become a habit for this to be an award-winning lab, which puts it at the top amongst its peers nationwide. And obviously there's a lot of pride that goes with it.
This year, the Tri-County Forensic Lab received an award given to the best of the best labs in the country.
It's a Maximus Award. It's presented from ASCLD, which is the American Society of Crime Lab Directors. It's a very prestigious award, and it means that we're operating at a peak efficiency of 90% or better.
The lab has also won this award each of the last 3 years.
I'm very proud of our team for accomplishing this for 4 years in a row.
We're bringing great work for our victims, and it makes our office as a whole much better.
Ford and his staff appreciate the recognition, but perhaps just as much, they appreciate finding answers and finding the truth.
It's very rewarding. I mean, it's some of the best feelings that I can think of, and it's so rewarding to be able to provide that information to the detectives and say, hey, here's a name, here's your person. It's some of the best feelings that you can imagine. But like I said, I also take a lot of pride in making sure that we're exonerating a lot of people too that have been wrongly looked at, because that's just as important.
With 15 years of history in the Tri-County Crime Lab, everyone here still thinks the cooperative model between the counties is working well.
I don't see a downside for sure. It's more efficient fiscally, it's better service for our victims, and for sure the courts get better cases as a result, so that there's more confidence heading into trials or cases that are being adjudicated.
We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing without the support of the three counties, Anoka, Sherburne, and Wright. The three sheriffs, the county boards from all three counties, they give us the resources and make it able for us to do what we do and be so good at it. We wouldn't be where we are without their support.
For North Metro TV, Danica Peterson reporting.